Hey, Lisa.
I
How are
actually
you?
waited. I
You
waited for
did.
you to say hi first.
And I made sure to say hi first.
I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, good. Yay.
Yay,
Yay.
we didn't talk over each other.
It's all good. It's all good. So,
How are
how
you
are you?
feeling? I'm very, very well. Thank you. I am a little tired. I worked two jobs over the past 24 hours. Well, less than 20, more than 24 hours, but I worked a full day at my one job, came home, slept for a few hours, and then worked a full
Hmm.
night at my other job. And it
And
was great.
you probably did some baking in between there,
I
knowing
did
you.
not. I did
Okay.
not.
I'm
I
shocked.
watched,
I'm
no,
shocked.
I watched a half an episode of Love is Blind
Okay.
because I really wanted to see what happened and fell asleep in front of it. And that was
Oh,
good. That was what
there
I
you go.
wanted. I
And
wanted to
then
just,
Survivor's back on.
yes. And I have not been able to see this week's episode yet, but yes, I am definitely all in. This is such a great, exciting season for me.
Cool. And so I'm not a Survivor person.
I know.
I watched the first few episodes or the first few seasons of it. I think
Mhm.
now they're up to like season 50. It sounds like they brought back a lot of the previous
Yes.
contestants. Okay.
Everybody is a former contestant.
And I hear Colby is hot still.
He's
'Cause
hot. Yeah,
I
he's
watched
dad
his
hot.
he's sad hot.
He's
He's
dad hot.
dad hot.
He's a
Okay.
zaddy.
He's a
No, no,
zaddy.
no, no,
Hmm.
no. No, he's deaf in one ear and he's making references about how he's getting old and everything. But yeah, no, he's still Colby. He's still
Oh,
lovely.
yeah. He was
He's
like I remember him. I watched that season with
hmm
Colby. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think he was so he might be worthwhile me
That
checking
was
it back
season
out again.
two. That was
Yeah.
Australia. Yeah, that I remember watching that too. I was saying to the kids that I was watching either season two or season three when 9/11 happened. I was pregnant with
Oh,
Bryn, and I
wow.
remember that I was kind of watching watching the show and then breaking news because I think I had it taped. I don't even
Okay.
know what happened, but something came over the radio or something, and I was like, what's going on here? Or no,
Yeah.
my dad called. My dad called and said,
Okay.
turn on the TV, and I said, it's already on. I'm watching Survivor. I'm not interrupting that for anything. But it
And
did.
he's like, you probably
Yeah,
should. You
probably
probably
should.
should.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. I'm like, because we didn't have
Yeah.
PVR. So what
Um,
was it? How was I?
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. I
yeah.
was
And
away.
that's,
I was in Toronto during 9/11. And
oh,
that's
wow.
crazy when you're away and you're not
Yeah.
home. And we had
Yes.
no idea
Yes.
when we would be getting back home. So
No.
yeah, it's crazy,
I
crazy,
can't
crazy
believe it was
times.
so long ago already. That's
Mhm.
just wow, what a time. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, Survivor is very exciting. Episode 2 aired last night. As we're recording this, it was last night, and I'm going to be watching it today and chilling
excellent.
and relaxing. No baking right away. Although we've just had a lovely conversation with somebody that made me want to go and bake. And we're going to be sharing that conversation with everybody here. So why don't you tell everybody who we talked to or who we're
We
about to talk to?
we are about to talk to Chris Stefanski, who was a contestant on season 3/season 8 of American Baking Show. So depending on where you get it, so season 3 for the Roku series, but season
Very
eight
weird.
total of Great American Baking Show. So we've had the fun opportunity to have a fabulous little discussion with them. We hope you enjoy it as much as we did. So
Yes, yeah.
without any
Welcome.
further ado,
No
welcome.
further ado. Chris, Stefan. Hi,
Uh,
Chris. Thanks for joining
hey,
us.
Chris.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, we're so
Oh,
excited to have you on the podcast with us as well. This is great.
This is
I
cool.
have not been able to see anything about your season, unfortunately, but that's my fault because I don't have a VPN or any, sneaky way
Well,
of
I
watching.
I just I just saw one of, I guess, the last season, the season right before ours, Flavor Network. Is that like a
Oh,
thing
yep.
by you
Yes.
guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the American season is the last American season is airing on that. I guess it started like last week or 2 weeks ago or
Oh,
something.
perfect.
Oh, that's perfect
So
then.
yeah, yeah,
So
Yeah.
when
there you
that
go.
one's done, then yours will start.
Yeah, yeah,
That'll
Oh,
that'll
be
be cool.
perfect.
fun.
We will watch for it. I actually did the VPN, and so I actually grabbed a couple of I watched part of the season, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. But what a
So
lovely
she'll
crew
lead
we've
this
had.
entire interview.
Not really. It was a while ago. And my brain
It was a
doesn't
while ago for me too.
my brain
Yeah.
doesn't remember a lot of stuff anymore, so it's
Yeah.
crazy. So
Oh. Well,
says
anyway,
it's not good, but
it
yeah.
happens. I mean, yeah, we're aging gracefully, even though,
We'll call it that.
yeah, we're still aging.
Call it
That's the problem. Our
that.
brains are
That's
still aging.
yeah, but aging
I'm
is good.
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
perpetually around 14 to 18-year old. So yes,
Right.
I'm aging very rapidly.
Oh,
Yes.
I
The
can't
six,
imagine.
seven thing, it drives me
Yep.
so crazy. I'm like,
Okay,
where did this come from?
so what does 6-7 mean? I think there would probably be a lot of people who would be interested to hopefully fully understand what the 6-7 thing is. Can you explain that for us?
I cannot. It was a TikTok thing. Basically, any of this stuff you could just say, oh, it was a TikTok thing, and
Yeah.
then it just leave it at that. But it's that's kind of the adults, especially in schools, have kind of like co-opted that because if we do it, the kids get mad at us, and
Mm,
then it's no
They'll
longer cool to
stop.
do it
Yeah.
anymore. But
okay.
it is hard if you're like assigning something or you're talking to the kids and you're like, ah, between 6 and 7 or page 60, anything with that, it's
Hmm.
they jump
They-
right on it. So you
Oh,
just go with it.
that's hilarious. So what's the latest thing that they're doing now? Like what is the latest trend that your students are on right now?
I'm trying to think. I mean, the 6 7 is still there.
Okay.
Hmm.
I got called Unk today by one of the
Unk,
kids.
like
Yeah,
uncle
so that's yeah, it's like the new slang for I guess like old people, I
or
guess.
bruh or dude
Yeah,
or yeah,
but
okay.
I got called Unk. That was a first. That was a first
It's
for
a
me.
new level of disrespect. But it's
Unk,
not meant disrespectfully, I'm sure. But it
Correct.
sounds
yeah.
so like
Yeah.
I don't know.
blasé.
But everybody has a favorite uncle, so maybe it's meant as like a term of endearment, right? Maybe when you hit like
I feel like it
school factor.
wasn't yeah, I feel like it wasn't an insult
Hmm.
when I was called it today. It was a kid who generally likes me.
Okay.
Unk.
So, yeah.
Unk. So would we be ons?
I don't know. I don't think
Is
that's a
there
thing.
is there like a
I don't
female version of
I
unk?
don't think it's a thing.
No? Okay.
No.
It might be gender neutral. I don't know. It was the first time I
Yeah.
heard it. So
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm
That's
looking forward to seeing if that becomes a big thing. I don't know if I'm not exposed to enough teenagers to know about this, but I'm going to ask my 16-year-old niece if she's heard of that, and we'll go
Yeah.
from there.
good
She can
plan.
educate me.
That's how it started because the kid was asking me a question and they were asking like how to get tickets to prom. And I'm like, well, the kids get the tickets and then you can, you can get a ticket from them if it's one of your friends. And if they need extra tickets, they can just go to the main office and say, oh, well, my new great uncle is in town and he needs a ticket to prom. And the kid was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I can be a great uncle. And they're like, are you an uncle? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, so you're an unc. I'm like, yeah, I'm an unc, and
That's
she's like, oh, and you're an uncle, so you're a double unc. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but yeah,
so it's
double
a regional thing, perhaps, or just a Chris thing.
unc.
It's a
I don't
thing.
know. I don't
It's
know.
a thing. It's a
It's
It's
thing.
gonna
coming.
be
It's
on
coming.
TikTok now, and it's gonna be because of you, because of
No,
prom.
I think it's
Looking.
already there. It's already there.
Okay. All
Wow.
right. And here I thought you were the trendsetter.
Nope, not usually.
Uh,
Oh, you know what? Which one I don't understand is how it came about is Zaddy. Do you know, like, where did that come from? And that is, I don't
I've
even
been
think that's a teenager thing. I think that like
no, that's
adults are saying that. Do you know it,
yeah,
Christina?
I
what are
have
you
been
hanging out
referred
with?
to as that also
You've been referred to
once
as
or
Zaddy?
twice.
I
Some
Congratulations.
some of these things I feel like that one maybe like somebody just typoed it. The D and the Z are close together on the keyboard, so if
Right,
they're like finger typing quick and they hit it and
right.
they just leave it and then it just
Like
turns I don't
that's
Finna.
know.
the thing.
Like
Yeah,
Finna,
it's just
they,
that's what I
yeah.
always it was the same thing.
You
The
know that
letters are
one
right
too,
next to each
Christina?
other.
Yeah,
Which one?
exactly. Finna. So and people instead of people saying I'm going to do this or I'm gonna do this, they say I'm finna do this
Yeah.
because they accidentally someone mistyped gonna as finna. And so now
Oh,
it's a thing.
FINNA, yeah.
I feel so out of touch.
Oh,
I feel, yeah, I'm sad now.
don't be sad. We
I
always
know.
have Grody to the max.
That was so 1980,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
There's
Or
a
was
lot of stuff. Yeah, gag me with a spoon, like the Valley Girl thing and everything.
totally,
I will still say those
totally.
things. And I remember my dad saying them and trying to be, cool. And it was not cool. So now I'm like, I just cannot, I should not ever say anything. I mean, my kids are grown up. They are not embarrassed by me anymore. But there was a time when I
Oh
could
yeah.
definitely embarrass them.
When we say it to my daughter, she's 11 now. She'll be 12 in this over the summer, and we'll throw slang out, and she's not a fan, and we do it on purpose. We don't think we're being cool.
Yeah.
There was one time we did it to my niece a couple of years ago, and I said something to her, and I said I was gonna go rizz up her aunt, and she looked at me like she was legitimately mad. She said, "Do not ever say that again."
No, no,
It doesn't
you
it
don't do
doesn't
that.
sound right coming from us, I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no,
I'm just
but
glad that I've at least heard of some of them. So,
yeah,
yeah.
that's true. But I would do it intentionally though. Like I
oh
was
yeah.
Oh yeah,
trying to be cool when I would do that to my son, and usually when his friends were around, right? I would just go in and, whatever, and they'd be looking at me like, bruh.
Dave, I'm sure that all of your son's friends were just like, you have a hot mom. She's pretty cool. Cool and hot at the same time.
I used to bake well, and I would bring them baking all the time too.
Oh
So
yeah. Well, that
they were
makes you
well fed at
automatically
our
loved.
place. They were well fed, but yeah,
Yes.
too funny. But
So, Chris, tell us a little bit about how you got started in baking. I mean, we could talk about kids and teenagers and slang
yes.
all day long, but
yeah. Yeah, so I was never really a baker.
Mhm.
I only started I tried to look up to kind of see when I really started doing it. Um Probably like it's been like under 10 years. So
Wow.
I probably started like early 30s. And I always cooked and I always liked cooking.
Hmm.
And my wife was always the one who baked, and she would do cookies. She would do, we didn't really do a lot of cakes, but like even growing up, like my dad always cooked, but we never, there was no baking in the house.
Hmm.
Like birthdays, it wasn't even like box mix cake. It was like store bought cake
Hmm.
boxes. And that's what it was. So like it was never really a thing, and I never really liked it,
Hmm.
because I felt like cooking, it was a little more freeing. You could just like throw a bunch of stuff in there and like it'll
Yeah.
still come out good. If you
Yes.
add like an extra tablespoon of butter, you're not gonna like completely like flatten whatever you're making. So
Exactly.
it felt like it was too scientific.
Hmm.
But then my wife, I remember my wife was watching when like back when Netflix like first got the British Bake Off. She would watch it, and I'd be like in the office playing video games, or I'd be somewhere else, and I'd come into the room, and I just remember coming in and going like, what are you watching? Like, what is this? And she like tried to explain it to me, and like I'm like, but this aired like 5 years ago. Like, just you could look up who won. Like, why is it like? She's like, no, it's good. It's calming. And I'm like, all right, it's a little weird. And I would leave, and then like she'd be watching it the next day, and I would like linger a little bit longer and a little bit longer. And I kind of got invested in it. And then there would just be like things that were on there. I remember specifically one of the technicals in one of the earlier seasons was Paul Hollywood's marshmallow tea cakes. And I remember those, and I'm like, oh, I want to eat those. And she's just like, you should make those for me. And then it was kind of like I had like done a little bit before, because like I would do like if I would make dinner, I'd make pizza dough and I try to do stuff like that.
Hmm.
But then like from that point on, it just kind of like ramped up, and I kept doing it.
Cool. So that was that the first thing that you baked then?
I wouldn't say that was probably the first. Like I had done like some pizza doughs
Mhm.
and like simple ones, and some like pretzels and stuff like more
Mm,
like a little like
for
savory kind of
breads.
stuff, but like not really like cookies, cakes. Like that
Okay.
was always like my wife's domain. But that was like I think that was the thing that kind of
Tipped it.
like something switched in my brain, and I'm like, oh, this can be kind of fun. This might be a good
Ah.
idea to do sometimes.
So
The
what was this?
science of it becomes actually appealing and interesting
Yeah,
and mhm.
Yeah, it makes sense. So what was the second thing? Do you remember your next challenge that you did? So you did the marshmallow tea cakes.
I did marshmallow tikis, and then it was like there was like weird stuff. It was a lot of recipes from there. Like we bought like the Mary Berry
Yeah.
cookbooks, and we would do like Victoria sponges and um uh I her recipes I liked a little bit more than some of his.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we just kind of like flip through the books and like find it. And it was like it was interesting too because it was different stuff than what we were used to.
Mhm.
And there were some things where like, oh, this I don't know if this is gonna be good or not. And we're like, ooh, this tastes pretty good.
I think that it's amazing how the British Bake Off has inspired so many people just to bake. Like that's how
Yeah.
I got started in baking and how I got
Mhm.
interested in even watching baking shows. And I had absolutely no interest in watching it until my friend, I was visiting her in Philly and she was like, we do this thing where we draw TV shows out of a hat or movies out of a hat and we just are lazy all day. It's the best day ever. And I really was like, oh, do we have to watch this British Bake Off? I don't like cooking shows. And yeah, she said just one episode. And then I was like, can we watch more? Can we watch more?
Yeah.
And that's what started the whole thing. But it's so, calming, like your wife said, right? It's cozy,
Yeah.
it's comforting, it's
It's
not
not
cutthroat.
stressful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's fun. There's action. There's a little bit of chaos sometimes, especially in the British Bake
Yes.
Off. And then
Yeah.
they always manage like there's time crunch, so there's like that crazy energy, and then they finally present something, and it's usually really beautiful. And then you hear about all the flavors, and then it gets you drooling, and it
Yeah.
inspires you, right?
Do
I
you
think it's
literally drool when you watch it, Christina?
Sometimes I do. Like I honestly I do because some of the flavors are incredible or what people like actually present.
Hmm.
Like in my mind, the Great Australian Bake Off when Arvin did that sculpture with the
Yeah.
round spheres, the chocolate
Oh, it
spheres
was
that
a
he did.
tiramisu, and he
Yeah,
did all these spheres that were like just like suspended in the air. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
it was amazing, right?
Yeah.
So things like that really stick in your mind, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and it really does. It inspires you. Or you see something that's super cool and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I've never thought to do something like that before. And
Yeah.
then, it gets you in your kitchen doing those things. I think that's
Yep.
part of the real magic. And
Hmm.
the other great thing about the whole Bake Off franchise and all of them is how it transcends multiple generations. Like it's really a show that you can watch and culturally and age demographic wise, multi-generational, like it's so enjoyable, regardless
Hmm.
of where you are in your stage of life or your cultural background or what have you. It brings people together. And
Yeah.
it's magical.
It is magical.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's and I was never one to watch like cooking competition shows. Like it
Hmm.
just did like it did I didn't like the way it made me feel. I didn't like the attitude of the people who were
Mm.
like really trying to outdo each other.
Yeah.
And this is just it's like I kind of relate this to, especially like being on it, is like I do distance running too.
Hmm.
And like I'm not fast, but I do it, and I know I'm gonna be, if I'm lucky, middle of the pack when I finish, but I'm not trying to beat anybody else. I'm just
Hmm.
trying to like run my own race, but I'm trying to beat myself.
Yeah.
And like all of us there, none of us wanted to go home because somebody else did poorly.
Mhm.
Everybody wanted
Hmm.
to do the best that they could and hope that yours was better than
Hmm.
somebody else's, but you didn't want somebody else to fail just so you could stay. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like we all felt that, which it's a different thing.
Yeah,
Totally different from
absolutely.
so many of the other shows that there are, the ones where you just see these people who are so, some of them come across as very prideful and some of them deservedly so. But the arrogance on
Yeah.
some of the shows, and you never see that
Mhm.
on any of the Bake Off franchises. Well, okay, maybe occasionally, but it doesn't last very
It's rare.
long.
It's
Yeah,
rare.
it's
It's very
rare.
rare.
It's like a
It's very rare.
family of
Yeah.
people supporting each other in learning and growing and it just celebrating
Yeah.
baking. And
And
that's so fun.
yeah, and I think when somebody does have an off day, I think, you see more of that support from the other bakers, like trying to console them or even help them if they're struggling to get something on the plate at the 11th
Hmm.
hour to present. You just find if people can help, they do. And it's very much about wanting success for everybody
Yeah.
and being part of that. And yeah, again, it's magic.
It's magic.
Yeah.
We love
It's
it. We love
magic.
it.
It's magic. It's awesome. Love it.
So, how did it go from walking through the room and becoming more and more enamored by this show to baking the marshmallow tea cakes to applying to be on the Great American Baking Show?
So I mean it started I have a hobby problem. And my wife would always say that like my hobby was collecting hobbies. Um, and it took me like a really long time to kind of figure out that I think I just like to learn things. Like I like to teach
Mhm.
myself things. I like to figure things out because I'll like learn how to do something and then I'll go, oh, okay, I know how to do that now. And I kind of like plateau and then that's it, hands off.
Yeah.
But like I have like banjos sitting over here. Like I taught myself how to play the banjo, like the ukulele. I play video games. I bowl. I had like before my daughter was born, I had motorcycles and I wanted to like do something on it. So like I went on YouTube and I figured out how to change the handlebars and change this and like just like kind of teach myself this stuff.
Yeah.
So like baking kind of took one of those spots,
Mhm.
and I kind of got hooked on it and was, trying different things and trying new things. And, the nice thing about baking is there's so many different like possibilities. Like
Mhm.
it was hard applying because it was like, oh, what's your signature bake? I'm like, I don't have
Yeah.
one. Like there's like people that they won't watch the same movie twice because it's, oh, I've already seen the movie. Why would I need to watch? That was me with baking. I'd like make something.
Yes.
I go like, okay, this was really good. I would like to eat it again, but I don't need to bake it again.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yep.
so it was kind of like that, like learning these things and like trying all this different stuff and making different things. And trying out different breads or different cookies or like trying out like pastry and like figuring that stuff out. Um, that it got to the point where when the American version started filming overseas, that first, so I think it was like the Great American season 6, I think was the first one because we were like Roku season 3,
Hmm.
technically season 8.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that first one, the applications came out and my wife like sent it to me and she saw it on Instagram and like I'm not like I'm trying to do like Instagram stuff now, but I'm not like that's not my thing. So
Yeah.
like she
It's
sees it and
hard.
like she sent, yeah, it's so much work.
It
It's more
is.
work than like the baking.
Yeah.
It
But
really is.
she sends me and she's like, you should apply for this. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna apply for it. And then she told me I should, and it kind of just like lived there and was kind of like in my head a little bit. And then the like a good procrastinator, I'm as bad as the kids. Like the last day that they were accepting applications, I submitted it, like I filled it out, I stayed up late, filled it out, and I submitted it, and then promptly forgot about it because in my head there was 0% chance that it would turn into anything else.
Hmm.
Um, so didn't think about it again, and then didn't hear anything about it because like the way that the applications work is they accept applications even like after part of the process is done. So
Right.
like I realized that the second time through, like, oh, they're still accepting applications, but they've already done taste tests for all these different cities. Um, but yeah, I completely forgot about it, didn't hear anything. And then a full year later, I was at school. It was like the end of the day. I was in a meeting. Like my phone buzzes and it's oh hey Chris, this is I forget who it was, front casting from Great American Baking Show. We have this application here for you. Are you interested? I'm like, what?
From the
And
year
like,
From
before.
the year before.
yeah, from the year before. Yeah. Yeah. It was
Wow.
almost a full year later. So I guess I mean it kind of like makes sense. Like try to like gather up all the people and then just like put them in a file and then go through, all right, who are we
Yeah.
gonna talk to? But I didn't expect and like didn't even think it was like I wasn't even on the radar.
Hmm.
Um, and then I sent it to my wife. I sent her the screenshot. She's like, "You have to respond." I'm like, I don't know. And it was like it felt weird because like I hadn't thought about it in like a year.
Yeah.
And like I messaged back and forth a little bit, and I was getting like work done on my car that day. And then I had another meeting that night, and they're like, "Oh, do you have time to talk?" And I'm like, and I'm like, "Oh, well, I have like I'm literally sitting like getting my car work done." And I'm like, "I have a meeting later. Is there another day we could do it?" And then I like tell my wife, she's like, "What are you doing? Like, just like tell them you can talk,
Yes.
obviously." So I get my car like finished and I go and I'm like sitting in the grocery store parking lot before I can go in. And like I write back, I'm like, oh, actually I have a couple minutes. And it was like instantly like, okay, do you have a couple minutes now? I'm like, all right. So then they called me and like it was the summer and well it wasn't it was like late spring. I turned the car off and the air conditioning off because I was worried about the sound. So like I'm like sweating in the parking lot. And then it was like that first interview. Um, and it started that whole process. And I made it through like pretty much the whole application process. And at the very end I didn't hear back until like late summer that I wasn't cast that season. But I think it was a good thing because I wouldn't have been ready for it.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Because like I put in this application and didn't think about it. There was like stuff I didn't like. I didn't practice things. I didn't
Yes.
like my wife kept saying, she's like, if you're going to do this, you need to practice structural gingerbread. You need to do a gingerbread house. She's like, they always do it. You've never done it before. So like I hadn't had that practice. So then when I didn't get cast, I gave it, a couple months. I'm like, all right, I think I'm gonna try again and I'm gonna practice some stuff. But it was hard for me because like I don't like doing it just for the sake of doing it.
Hmm.
Um, so like I couldn't force myself all right, I'm gonna make puff pastry today. Like I needed a reason to do it. So there were like a lot of people that got oh, it's your first day of this, you're gonna get a cake. Oh, it's it. So I was like looking for excuses to do it. And then when the applications came around for my season, I put in again and they called me back right away and it moved very quickly that time. Um,
Because
yeah,
you were known
and
to them too, right?
yes, yeah.
They'd seen your original application. It sounds like you
Yep.
got through a huge part of the process for the
Yeah.
second
Yeah, I
season.
had I had done I had done the whole thing. Like it
Yeah.
was they were just like pick there were no further like I did the
Hmm.
callbacks, I did all the interviews, I did the
Hmm.
taste tests. And it was just they were making decisions.
Yeah.
So I made it up to that point. And then yeah, that second time it was like it was much calmer that second time around. Because like I kind of knew what was knew what to expect, so I could
Hmm.
have a little more fun with it.
Yeah.
like I knew what was like what to kind of expect for the callbacks and like the taste test. I completely bombed my taste test the second time around. First time around, I was good. The second time around, I switched the salt that I was using because the grocery store didn't have the Diamond kosher salt. So I
Mm.
bought the Morton kosher salt. And there's a very big difference between the two. Like structurally, they're like different salts, and the
Oh.
Morton doesn't really dissolve the same way. So
Oh,
like
oh,
I used it and I made stuff and like the food producer was like this is too salty. Like everything I
Oh.
made was too salty. I
oh,
was like, oh no. Like I came out, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know if I'm going to callbacks this time.
oh.
But
But you
yeah,
did, you
I
know?
did. And then when I saw the producer there, I'm like I figured out my salt problem. And she's like, what happened? I'm like I didn't know that there was a difference between these two salts, and this was at the
Mm.
grocery store, and that's what I bought. And she's like, oh, and we had a conversation about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's actually really good information and a great tip to pass along
About
to
the
people
salt.
too, right? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because I think when people see salt on a recipe, they think any salt will do, right? And I think,
Mhm.
your experience that you just shared with us tells us that not all salt is equal, and you have to be a little bit careful on what you
Yeah,
do
that
and,
that that
and
that, that
how you use it.
now it's only I only buy like Diamond kosher salt, but yeah, that Morton's kosher the more and it's I'm like they're both kosher salt. Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just says, and I would every once in a while like you read a recipe and it'll say Diamond kosher salt,
Yeah.
Hmm.
or it'll just say kosher salt, and
Kosher
like
salt.
I didn't know that there was really a difference. And the other problem is with the Morton salt, new boxes, like all the big crystals are at the top and like all the small stuff falls to the bottom. So I was using a new box of this salt that really you shouldn't be using for baking anyway. And I was
Right.
making this stuff and it was just coming out like you would get because it doesn't dissolve as well. So like you would get like chunks of salt,
Oh,
which I mean
Wow.
I like
That could,
salty things, but
it
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
does. Yeah.
What
I'd
did you
much rather
make?
have salty than sweet.
Yeah. What
yeah.
was the recipe that you made, or can you share that with us? Like,
Yeah, I think I don't I think I could share that. Yeah. So the first time around, yeah, because I think I posted them online. The
Mm.
first time around, I made a a maple ginger Swiss roll,
yum.
and I
Nice.
did like little like I made like homemade maple candies and like put them on there, um, and decorated all nice. And then I did French macarons, with what was in there. I did French buttercream and lemon curd.
Mm.
Oh,
And I
yum.
specifically did the French
Love French
buttercream.
buttercream.
I specifically did that one because one of I know Adela was telling you about like our like baking tests that we had to answer questions for. That's what
Yeah.
I was doing in the parking lot when I'm
Yes. Yeah.
sweating. One of the questions was it was what's the difference between or what it was something about French meringue buttercream, and I had never made it before. So like
Hmm.
I had made Swiss, I and Swiss is the one I usually go to, but like I kind of knew the difference between
Hmm.
Swiss and Italian. I knew nothing about French,
Mm.
so I'm like I don't know. That was like one of the questions I got wrong.
That's
So when I
funny.
went to the food test, I'm like, oh, I made French meringue buttercream because that was a question I got
Well
wrong.
done. Very smart. Very, very
Yeah,
smart. That's probably one of the reasons why they remembered you. And also, like being able to circle back and say, hey, I didn't know it then, but I know it
yeah,
now. And not
it's
only
that
Hmm.
do I
trying to
know
like
it,
learn, yeah,
here it
trying to
is.
figure stuff out and learn stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you
And then
like learning,
Great
so
lesson. Yeah.
yeah, the second time around, I did what did I make? I made Queen of Mons,
Yum.
but I
mm,
did them kind of in a roll, and I had cardamom sugar in them. Um,
nice.
so they came out good, but they were too salty. And then I made a lemon and chocolate Doberge cake.
Oh, what's a
So,
Doberge cake?
um,
Yeah.
yeah, Doberge cake. It's like a New Orleans thing,
Okay.
and like that's the other thing that kind of gets me with baking is I really like I like things to be thematic.
Hmm.
So like if we're having something for dinner, I'll look up recipes like from that so that like the dinner goes with the dessert.
Yeah.
So we'll do like crawfish boils where we'll order crawfish from Louisiana and we'll do a boil with it. And the one year I made I think I made pralines, and then the other year I didn't want to make them again, so I found this doberge cake. But it's like based off of like the Hungarian like Dobos.
Okay.
But there's two versions, so it's like a lot of layers. There's a version that's chocolate with like chocolate cake and chocolate custard, and then there's a
Hmm.
lemon one
Mm.
with lemon curd and like lemon flavored cake. But then they also do a like a combined version where it's like alternating chocolate lemon,
Hmm.
which I thought was going to be disgusting when I first made it, but it was good. So I made that for my second time too.
Yeah,
So
because
a
lemon
dark,
and chocolate is a surprising combination, but I
yeah,
have heard of it a couple of times and
Yeah,
wondered how
yeah,
it would
dark
taste.
chocolate.
I don't like lemon and orange. I don't like orange and chocolate or
Right.
No.
strawberries and
Mhm.
chocolate or raspberry. I don't like chocolate mixed with fruit.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the lemon and chocolate,
It works.
I can get
So
behind that.
what kind of chocolate would you use with the lemon? Like would you use like a dark chocolate, like a super dark
Yeah,
or
so
milk or
it's like it was like a dark chocolate. There was a custard. It was like a chocolate custard, and then a dark chocolate ganache on the outside. But then there's also a layer of vanilla German buttercream.
okay.
Mm.
So it's like the cake and then the German buttercream and the ganache on. So like all of it together, yeah, it
It
works.
works. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
would
It
like to
almost,
try making this,
yeah.
please.
Same. I made
I'll send you the
notes.
link for the recipe.
Thank you.
There's
Thank
one
you.
recipe that I like that I always use. Like that's my go-to for it, and it always comes out good.
All
Okay.
right.
It's kind of
We'll be
like
challenged by that.
that Brazilian carrot cake that they had last
Oh
season
yeah,
on the Great
on the
Canadian Baking
Canadian
Show.
Baking Show. Mhm.
Yeah, which was like a carrot cake done with chocolate, which sounds like a
And
bit of and
oranges.
oranges too.
Okay.
But the whole combination
It was
Yeah.
really
so
works well
good.
together.
It was so good.
Oh,
And you
wasn't
do
it?
it in the blender.
Yeah,
Okay.
super
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. Well, if you have a good enough blender, it's very easy. I had
Okay.
to, I have a different blender now, but it was not easy at first. I was
Oh,
like trying the food processor, the switching to the blender, and then, back and forth. But
yeah.
I got it done and it was so tasty. Yeah. What was that called again?
The
Eh,
Brazilian carrot cake.
No, but
Or
what?
bolo de
Bolo de
cenoura.
Sonora.
Yeah,
Okay.
And
bolo
the
de
fudge
cenoura.
topping is like,
Oh,
oh, it is to die for. But yeah, who would
Yeah.
ever think of putting that together?
My wife and daughter are chocolate orange
Yeah.
people, so
mm,
maybe I'll try to make
We'll
that
send
for
you the
them.
recipe. CBC has
yeah.
it up still.
Okay.
So yeah, it's so good. And you have to try things that you don't think are going to taste
Yeah.
good because you'll be
Yeah.
surprised. But yeah, so Christina and I will be challenged by doing your
Yeah,
favorite version of that.
the Berge cake.
The
Yeah,
yeah, the
exactly.
Berge.
So speaking of interesting flavor combinations, what's the strangest flavor combination that you secretly love? Or do you have one?
Um, I think I kind of got made fun of for this from my other bakers, but like there's probably a lot more things I don't like than than I do
And
like.
do you like? Yeah.
I'm pretty simple. I would think the lemon chocolate is
Yeah.
probably that's kind of the craziest one.
Hmm.
But like I'm just big on like I really like peanut butter. I
Mhm.
really like maple. Like I like to keep it I like it nice and simple,
The
I
Hmm.
think.
traditional, like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That makes sense. I'm cool with that. I think you know, flavor combos like the lemon chocolate. Now I'm super intrigued by that because I'm a
Yeah.
huge lemon fan. I'm not a massive chocolate fan though, but I can appreciate it in like fudgy kind of way, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So I
Like a
think this kind of
ganache? Yeah.
yeah, like a ganache or something like that. I can totally get behind something
Hmm.
like that. But yeah, but I'm really like seriously, yeah, we gotta do
Hmm.
this
Yeah.
this
I'm
challenge
ready.
with
Come
the
on, let's
doberge
go.
cake with the
Let's do it
lemon and the
right now.
chocolate for
Let's
sure.
stop
So
recording.
But I'm with you. But do you like adding other flavors? Because I know when you were on the show, one of the things that you were actually really
Okay, it's
well
okay.
known for was like all your Asian flavors and a lot of influence, Asian influence that you had, like with spices or that kind of
So
stuff.
So I did a chai cookie. I didn't do a ton of Asian stuff on there. But like the gingerbread cookies that I made on there were like chai spiced. So I do like stuff like that better than like a regular like gingerbread.
Hmm.
Um, but
Mhm.
yeah, like even with that, like there's like certain like I really don't like anise or star anise,
Oh
which
gosh,
I
we're with you.
I was
We're totally with you.
like I'm not even kidding. Like maybe this was a few months ago that I learned that anise and star anise were two completely different things. I thought they were the same thing for
Makes
like
sense.
for
Yeah.
over 40 years of my life. Yeah. But
Yeah,
and they both taste gross too. So like
they
Yeah, so
are
it doesn't
both
matter.
disgusting. Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
taste
So
profile is very
They're in the
similar,
same
even though they're
category, the
yeah,
yucky
different.
like any of that like
category.
licorice stuff,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
yeah,
the
I
black
love
and
black
then also
licorice, but I don't want it in my baking.
yeah. No, and then there's also like fennel, like because
yep, nope,
like
no fennel.
all of that stuff all kind of tastes
And
very
yep, all of that
similar. Yeah, can all go
can
bye
Yeah.
bye.
stay.
Yeah.
With you on this
I'm
one.
also I'm one of the people that have that the cilantro gene where like
Oh,
Oh,
cilantro tastes like soap to me.
oh,
So
I'm so
uh,
sorry.
like
I'm
I
sorry
like
too.
Mexican food, I like Indian food, but like I have to make it myself because I can't eat it out. It just completely it destroys it.
Yeah. So my husband is also Chris, and my husband, Chris, who also has a beard, actually. I said I'm interviewing someone named Chris today, and he said, another bearded wonder. And I was like, yeah, actually. But he cannot stand cilantro. He just
Mm,
thinks it's the most disgusting stuff. And
It's
I
the problem.
love
Yeah.
it.
yeah,
But
same
I
here.
can't make anything with cilantro in it. He will just be like, mm-mm,
Yeah.
you know.
I wish I liked it because the
Yeah,
people that like it like they seem to really like it. So
it's
like
very tasty to
I know
me.
it's yeah.
Yeah,
And
give me
But
all
it's
the
in enough
extra.
yeah.
I'll
yeah, it's
take
in enough
yours.
different stuff and different cultures that like it has to be good, but I just nope.
Oh
Yeah,
well, that's okay.
that's
We
okay.
everybody likes different things, right?
More for the rest of us who
That's
do
right. We'll take
appreciate.
all your cilantro.
We will. We will. So,
I just have to check something real quick. I'm sorry. I
yeah,
have
no
a
worries.
whining dog and I don't know why.
I
You want
locked
to,
I locked my dogs out.
Oh,
are you going to edit this part out then, Lisa?
I
Or
don't know. Maybe talk about something interesting and I won't have to.
all right. Sounds good. So anyway, so you finally got the call. We'll kind of backpedal a
Yeah.
little bit here.
Yeah.
So you finally got the call that you were in um for season 3/season 8 of Great American Baking Show. How was that? What was that feeling like for you?
It was, I remember getting the call, because it was a number I didn't recognize, and I never answered my phone if I don't know
Okay.
who it is. So like I hit the screen call button, and it was the casting agent. Um, and he's like, "Oh, if you could call me," and I hit the button, and I like picked up. And he like really like he said it to me like really slowly. And I'm like he had to have done that on purpose. Like this has to be fun for him to like kind of like drag it out. But like he told me he's like, oh yeah, everybody really liked you. And I was waiting for like the like, oh, we'd like you to be an alternate, or
Mhm,
like I knew from the last time that like it was further than before because it wasn't a rejection email. Like it was
Hmm.
somebody that I spoke to multiple times, like calling me on the phone.
yeah.
um, but when like he asked me, like he's like asking me, and I was like in shock, and like I have it could be I'm gonna blame it on the kids. It's probably not the kids, but I have a really bad like mouth. Like I swear a lot. But like I couldn't even like swear. And like my wife like came in to like check on me because she saw me on the phone, and she like mouthed like bake off, and I just like smiled and like gave her a thumbs up like as a like yeah, I got it. And she's like, oh, and she like left. But she thought it was just like them talking to me.
Oh,
But
not that
like I
I'm on
went
the
out,
show. Thumbs up.
yeah, I went out and I told her, and it was just it was very surreal.
Hmm.
And like I um have probably like the worst case imposter syndrome. Like I was convinced that it was like the wrong Chris or they called the wrong person or like what happened. Like like through the whole process. Like I had an interview with the producer to get like the briefs for like what and like it's like a face-to-face like thing like over Zoom and like she gives me the briefs and she's going through everything and giving me the rundown and I'm like, do they know that they messed up yet? Like, are they aware that
Aw.
that they got the wrong guy? Like literally up until like I showed up like in England, I'm like, maybe I am supposed to be here. Like every time I like sent like one of the one of the during like the boot camp, which they don't like that we call it boot camp. But like the prep
Yeah,
to
your practice
for the
babysitting.
show, I would
Yeah.
I would send the practices in. I'm like, they're not gonna like it. And they're gonna be like, you know what? We're gonna we're gonna go with one of the alternates.
Oh,
But yeah, that was
They
that was
just
through the whole
decide they
thing.
don't like you anymore.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
That's so endearing, actually. That like, I think that's just so sweet, and that you were like,
Yeah.
oh, they had to have made a mistake. Are you sure? Chris is a very popular name. It could be a different
There's a
Chris.
lot of Chris's. Yeah,
There are
yeah.
a lot of
There are a lot
Chris's.
of Chris's,
There are a
yes.
lot of Chris's. So, oops, sorry. Um, yeah, yeah, I can imagine how I think everybody who probably gets that call or is doing the prep or is finally baking in the tent or the shed or
Mhm.
what have you. I think imposter syndrome is just a natural instinct that just happens. Like, I think you just are naturally like that, especially when you are surrounded by, a number of other bakers that also have the same opportunity, the judges, like I would imagine it would be a
I
very overwhelming, surreal experience.
Yeah, yeah, it was, and they really do a good job with casting people with the right personalities and intentions. Because like I would feel these things and like when because we don't meet each other, like I had met some of the people like in callbacks.
Mhm.
But you don't know who you're going on until you get to England. So like you
Yeah.
land in England and then they add you to a WhatsApp group and it's like, all right, this person's here. So even like as people were coming in, like we didn't know until everybody was there. But then like you start talking to these people and it's like, oh, I sent this thing in and they didn't like it and I was and they're like, oh yeah, me too, me like and everybody was feeling those same things.
Yeah.
So it
So it makes it,
helps.
yeah,
Yeah.
helps validate what you're feeling and makes you
Yeah.
feel hopefully a little bit better and a little bit more at ease, I guess,
Yeah.
as you're going into it. So what
Now,
did
was there ever a time when you suddenly were like, okay, yeah, I belong here. This is my jam.
It definitely was not the first day because I had a very rough first day and we did that first challenge and I completely ran out of time and we had our first challenge was we had to make filled tuiles
Mm.
and I had made them before and they were good and then making them in the tent, like they looked good when I was pulling them out. And I had a moment in my head where I'm like, they've never been fully cooked when they're this color. But
Mhm.
like in my head, I'm like, but I bet they're done this time because they looked so good. And I took them out and like I rolled them up and then I did that for my daughter because my daughter's name is Clementine. So I did a white chocolate clementine ganache.
Nice.
that sounds lovely.
And
Yeah.
my ganache seized
Oh,
and I didn't have enough to fill like all of them. And this is like the very first challenge. Like you want to come out and like impress them
Hmm.
and like they weren't filled. They didn't have chocolate on top that they were supposed to. It was like as bad as it could have gone. That's how bad. Like literally, like Paul like came back and like picked one up and squished it. One of the
Oh.
other bakers said that they actually saw like one of the camera guys like filming through the unfilled tuile. I'm like, oh And I actually saw because it went so poorly and like everyone else did pretty good. And I'm like looking around, I'm like, I'm in over my head. Like I'm way out of my
Hmm.
league. Um, and like I like watched the food producers, like the one who I had met and like did the taste testings, kind of
Hmm.
like when they were like off to the side and we were still just like getting stuff ready. Like I see her like kind of look at it and look at somebody else and they just kind of like do like one of these. And I'm like, oh no,
Oh
like this is bad.
no.
And then I
We
was
didn't
second
need
to
to see
last in the
that.
technical. I was in the
Oh,
second to last in the technical, and I'm like, I went, I'm like, this is it. Like, I'm the first one gone, and it's gonna be like embarrassingly bad. Um, but like, I went home, or I went back to the apartments. I talked
yeah.
to, my wife, and I'm like, as bad as this could have gone, that's how bad today went.
Oh.
It was rough. But somehow I shook it off and I just went in the next day and I'm like, I just need to do something that I'm proud of. Like I can't do anything about yesterday. I just have to
Hmm.
do something good today.
Hmm.
And I had for that showstopper, we had to do a cookie diorama. And
Mm.
it was like a day in the life. So we for mine I did so we had to make like a 12-inch backdrop like a like an old school diorama, and then we had to have like cookies and whatever, and it was like structural gingerbread.
Mm,
So for that one, I
structural
did.
gingerbread.
That's what it
Your
was
wife
when we
was
got that
right.
brief. When we got the briefs, and I told my wife, she looked at it. She's like, "I told you." She's like, it's the first day. I told you you need to practice this."
Good for her.
Um,
She's
but
watched enough bake-offs that she
yeah,
knows.
she knew.
She
Yep, she
knows.
definitely knew. But yeah, so I did the day that I proposed to my wife, and we had met in a movie theater. So I made like movie theater seats. So I made like rows, and then I made like little people, and I put them in the seats, and I made like the screen that said "Will you marry me?"
Oh,
And
wow.
like I had that one I had figured out. So like I do stuff with 3D printing and like CAD and like designing. So like I
Yeah.
had made myself a cookie cutter of the seats
Oh,
where
brilliant.
like I like lined them up so that the cuts would be on the it was basically like one cookie one sheet like this and then there was like 8 seats or something on it and like they were
Nice.
lined at the bottom so that the split would be in the same spot and I like popped it down, peeled away the excess, and then just like threw them in. And then like I assembled them where it was like side of a seat, and then there was like the bench part and the back part, and then the side of the seat. And so it was like a full bench of seats.
Wow.
Um, and it came out. I was happy with it. Like a lot of other people's, like there was like they had a lot more like decoration and icing. Like mine I feel like I did a good job like structurally.
Totally. Yeah.
And that's actually what Paul said was that I what I lacked in color I made up for in the construction.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that definitely saved me. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So
amazing.
I
So
felt a little bit better after that one.
I
good.
bet.
But then yeah, the next week challenge was cake week. And that was the one that I ended up getting Star Baker for that one. And that was I think the moment where I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like
I can do this.
I can do this.
I can do this now. I can do
Yeah.
this now.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, like anybody like who makes it that far and makes it into the tent can win. I mean, it really comes down
Yeah.
to what happens week over
Moment by
week
moment.
and moment by moment. And yeah.
That's what we were told too. One of
Yeah.
the first day there, what the producer said to us, she's like, any one of you can win this.
Hmm.
She's like, I've tasted all of your stuff. I've seen all of the stuff that you prepared for this. Any one of you can win this. She's like, the person that wins is the person that can handle this environment.
Yeah.
And it is that first day you walk in and there's 8 bakers and there is a story producer who's interviewing you and a camera guy. So there's like one of those for each bench. And then there's the food runners, and then there's the other producers, and there's just like tons of people, and there's chaos and there's lights. And like it's somehow like you walk in And the thing I noticed the most was just the lighting. Like it was so there's no shadows. Like it's
Mm.
this weird, like somehow brighter and more dim than it is outside. So like it's just like
Hadn't even
it
thought
just
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's this weird kind
Stunning.
of feeling. It's so surreal. Um and yeah, like that first day, it just like it knocked me. And I did like that second for the showstopper challenge for that one. The one producer like came up to me and said, "What did you learn from yesterday?" And I'm like, I tried to do too much. And she's like,
Mm.
"Okay, what are you gonna do today?" So I ended up we were supposed to do like three. We were supposed to do two. We had to do two cookies, and I had three. And I'm like, I'm only gonna make two. She's like, well, what were you using the other one for? And like I told her, and she's like, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
So I
Awesome.
think I think that
Nice.
saved me. And like I tend to overdo things. So being
Right.
able to like pull myself back a little bit
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was big.
You
Yeah.
adapted. Yeah.
Yeah.
You adapted, figured out what you needed to do to get through. So, and you did. You made it fairly far into the process, into
Yeah.
the competition, and I think you should be awfully proud. Like again, like getting there to begin with is amazing. Having the opportunity to bake a number of times in that tent is, yeah, I think a lifelong dream for a lot of people. And you got
To
to
bake for
live.
Paul and Prue.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
From now on, nobody else is going to be doing that, which is sad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Is
Prue's not there
retiring.
for the
Yeah.
new.
From
I
Yeah,
know.
you were
Yeah.
yeah.
Prue
a
was
part of an
Prue was great.
Just
exclusive group.
lovely.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
would she would come in. She would come in the mornings, and she'd like walk through and like make a little bit of small talk with us and like say hi to us. Yeah,
Oh,
That's lovely.
she was really nice.
that's
And
wonderful.
funny too. Like she's got a wicked sense of
Okay,
humor, that lady.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, he
yeah.
has a
Oh,
So
story.
I
There's the
got yeah.
you
tea.
got one.
So this was probably one of my favorite things that happened over there. So I it was pastry week. So like I had done really well. I got Star Baker for Cake Week. I was like in the top two for Bread Week. And then pastry week, my first bake, we had to do a tarte tatin. And I based mine off of like an old fashioned cocktail. So I did like cherries and oranges and bourbon. And like Prue really liked it. Paul liked it. So I'm like, all right. And I was pretty confident about my showstopper. The technical came and I did one of the worst technicals I think anybody has ever done. Um,
What happened?
What?
did
Yes.
you see Toby's this year that he had that one technical where he like it just completely fell apart
I
and
don't
it was just
remember.
yeah, so he had one. I'm like, I understand how he feels.
Oh,
So we had to make Paris breast. Um, and I remember it happening. I remember like anytime they would do the technical, especially if it was something that I didn't know,
hmm.
like it's like being in class and like getting called on when you don't know the answer. Like that's what it felt like. So like they start explaining what we have to bake, and like I suddenly couldn't hear them anymore. Like I just
Mm.
didn't know. I'm like,
Panic.
what's going on? And then I read the recipe. I'm like, I
Hmm.
have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like looking at this, and it was choux pastry, which I've done before.
Hmm.
Like it's like I know how to make choux pastry. Um, which that day I did not know how to make choux pastry.
Okay.
So that didn't work. We had it was choux pastry and it was a pistachio creme mousseline, which
Ooh,
um
yum.
I didn't know what creme mousseline was when it's called creme mousseline.
Right.
But if they called it German buttercream, I would have known what it was and how to make it. Even though the steps were the same, it was just like
Yeah.
your brain just works
Psychologically, you
differently in
couldn't.
there.
Yeah.
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 So basically it's like it was we had to make these little Paris breasts and then it was the creme mousseline and then you put the raspberries in it and you put the top and there was a crackle in too.
Mm.
So I make my choux pastry and it did not rise at all.
Hmm.
It completely collapsed on itself. So instead of being like donut shape where you can cut in half, there was nothing for me to cut. It was like this
Man.
thick, and it was like concave on the bottom.
Oh.
Um, so like my crackling was still there, and then I just had this like swimming pool. So there was
Oh.
even a moment on there where like they're like talking to me, and I'm like trying to make like whatever I'm trying to make, and it's like it's messing up, and like I can hear Adela talking to the camera, and like she's like dude, like talking about it. She knows what she's doing, and I said to the camera, I'm like, Adela really sounds like she knows what she's talking about over there. But like I just kind of like did it, and then I had the things, and I had nowhere to put the pastry cream because I couldn't cut it. So I just
Hmm.
flipped them upside down, and I
I'll put them
squirted
in
it
the
in, and then
Min-
threw the raspberries on top, and like I called it a day. And like I finished, and I'm just kind of like standing there, and I was all the way in the back, and Kim was all the way in the front on the left. And like she kind of like does one of these and turns around, and like she sees me, and she's like mine is so bad. And I look at her, and I pick mine up, and I go like this, and she starts cracking up, and she's like, okay, you win. So
Yeah.
I bring him up, and um we're putting him down. I'm like, just don't look at mine. And Adela sees it, and she starts laughing, and she's like, oh no, what happened? So then we all are just like we're cracking up at this. It was so bad. And I think I would have been like more upset if my first challenge didn't go really well, but
Hmm.
it was just like we just started laughing. I got torn apart
Oh,
by both of
but
them. Like
oh
Oh,
man.
they destroyed me. I posted it on my Instagram. Like I
Oh, I
took the
gotta go
clips,
see it. Yeah.
and I put it. But yeah, they ripped me apart. But then the next morning, which a long way to get to my story,
Mhm.
is like Prue comes in the morning, and she like says hi to come up, and she stops at my bench, and she's like, oh, I'm still thinking about that tarte tatin that you made. She's like, it was so good. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then she's like, and you know, you were such a good sport yesterday putting up with all the Paul shit. And I'm like I didn't know she
love
was
it.
allowed to use those words.
No.
And
Wow,
I kind of like
Prue.
looked around for a second. I'm like, did anybody else hear this? Like, did she actually say this? Is this okay? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she walks, and she goes talks to the other people. Yeah, I didn't know that
Didn't
Dame Prue
expect
could
it.
Oh, so
use those
she
words.
thought
Yeah.
Paul was a little harsh on his criticism
You
of
said
your.
that she also ripped you apart, though.
Oh, she did too. She did too. Yeah, yeah,
She,
she
but
definitely did
in a
too. But
nice,
She
kind.
thought
not
Paul
as
was
bad as
even
Paul.
meaner.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to watching this clip and seeing
Mhm.
what they had to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was. I mean, it was well deserved. Like it was really bad.
You're at the point where you're just like, it's not
Yeah,
as
there
though,
was nothing else I could do.
yeah,
I
just
messed up everything.
And you got something on the plate, right? And you got all the elements on
Barely.
there, maybe just not exactly how they
Yeah.
intended them to be. So,
Yeah. I remember like Paul like looking at it, and then like lifting it up and going like, "Oh, the crackling's on the bottom." Just because there was like he's like no crackling. He's like, "Oh wait, it's on the
it's
bottom."
on the bottom.
he
Hey,
must have
you
been
were
so
resourceful.
confused.
Do you know what though? You pivoted and because what at that point you had to get something on the plate.
Yeah.
You knew you couldn't cut through and have like the regular presentation of what it was supposed to look like. And you improvised, right?
Yeah.
And like I said,
Yeah.
all of the elements were there. You had the choux, you had the crackling, you had your creme mousseline, you had the raspberries on there. So
There was I
all
wouldn't
there.
necessarily call it choux and creme mousseline. There was a version of choux and a version of creme mousseline on there. The raspberries were fine.
The
I didn't mess
raspberries
up
were
the
fine.
raspberries.
And the
Yes.
crackling was probably good too, right? The crackling.
No,
Oh
it was
no.
not, that was not good either.
Oh, okay. So question,
But I survived that week.
You survived
that's good. Well,
because you
because
had
your
an
tarte
awesome
tatin
tarte
was so good.
tatin.
Yeah. And then your showstopper you said was you were
Yeah,
ready for it. Yeah.
the showstopper came out pretty good for that one.
Good, good.
Yeah.
So here's my question before we move on to this or that, because I think it's time for us to play a little game. Um, have you done a redemption bake for
Yeah.
that particular technical?
I want to, and I'm going to, but
Good.
I haven't been able to bring myself to do that one yet. And
How about if we
like looking at
challenge
it,
you? How about if we
what was
challenge
that?
you? We'll challenge you to that
Oh,
redemption
okay,
bake.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And like
because
when I think about it, I'm like, oh, it's not even that time consuming. It was a technical, so it's like I should be able to do it in 2.5 hours. That's not a
hmm
big deal. But just yeah, all right,
yeah, I'm
I accept the challenge.
Awesome.
excellent.
Yeah,
So looking forward to seeing
perfect.
what you put forth, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be upside down, any part of it. The crackle
It
will
might
not be
still.
on the bottom.
Uh,
Good. That's
all
awesome.
right.
All right, ready for this or that?
All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Okay. Well, first thing has to do with what's in your cup. So, coffee or tea?
All right, so right now in my cup is maple ginger tea.
Okay.
If I had to, I prefer coffee,
Okay.
but if I had to pick one, it would be tea. Like for like to drink for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
it would be tea
Okay.
because I know I overdrink coffee.
Gotcha.
So generally I will have one cup of coffee in the morning and then I will drink tea the rest of the day. So I'll have like just like black tea or
hmm
there's a vanilla chai that's good and
Oh,
yeah,
yum. Yeah.
Vanilla chai is
yeah.
so good.
So
Yeah.
so tea, but
Okay.
conditionally.
But
Okay.
okay. I like
Yeah.
that. That's awesome. It's like you've thought about how you were going to answer that question. There's
I
only
did.
one that
I
I
may have
think you
known that that question was coming.
then you might also know this one's coming, sweet or savory bakes, and both
Um,
to what do you prefer to bake and what do you prefer to eat?
I would go with savory.
Yeah.
Um, I do have a sweet tooth, but like if I had to like end on like I'll like pick up a bag of chips
hmm
sometimes or like even chocolate. Like I like salted chocolates.
Yes.
Like I need some of that in it. So again, if I had to pick one, I would probably go savory. And
Okay.
like you can do so much with like dinner pies and stuff too. Like
And breads and
Oh,
yeah,
yep.
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
all sorts of
So
things.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
Okay, this is where we get hungry.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, cake or pie?
Cake. Definitely cake.
Okay.
I'm not like it's like my weird food things. Like there's a lot of like cooked fruits that like apple pie does nothing for me.
No.
That makes
Um,
sense.
and like I should like it, but I don't know, something about like the texture of certain fruits when they cook. I don't
Yeah,
Yeah,
know.
that's fair.
it is
That's fair.
totally fair. Okay, well, with cake, do you have a signature cake?
Um, Most of the time when I'm doing cakes, I'm baking for like high schoolers or
hmm
like there's a charity that I bake for. It's called For Goodness Cakes, and it's like you do like places will post when they need like a birthday cake for someone in their care.
I love
And you
it.
can just you can
I
sign
love
up
that.
for it. Oh yeah,
Oh,
I just finished one like literally like one of the reasons why I was 5 minutes late because I have a delivery tomorrow for like a football fee and it'll be like it'll put the flavors and then like something they like. So usually there's a lot of like princess or this one was a football, so I made like a football cake.
oh,
Um,
amazing.
but but a lot of it's like
Oh, I
chocolate and
love that.
vanilla like simple stuff.
Yeah.
Um, the one that I'll get asked for is and this was actually the one that I did on the show for Cake Week. It was like a vanilla buttermilk cake and there was lemon curd and raspberry curd and Swiss meringue buttercream. Like that one I'll
Mm.
get asked for a lot.
Yeah.
That was the thing I was most proud of on the show too, because we had to do an illusion cake based off of where you're from.
Oh, nice.
So I'm in New Jersey, and like the only real like New Jersey thing that we have that's like weird compared to everywhere else is we have something called Taylor ham, which if you're in South Jersey, it's called pork roll. North Jersey, it's called Taylor ham. So like all the bagel shops, like you can get Taylor ham, egg and cheese, like on a bagel or on a hard roll. So I made like a Kaiser roll out of a cake, and I did like Taylor ham slices, and I used marzipan, and then I put a
Nice.
fried egg on top. So I did Swiss
Oh,
meringue buttercream, and then I did reverse spherification on the lemon curd to make it the
sweet.
yolk, so that when you cut
Love
into
it.
it, it like flowed.
Brilliant.
Um,
Love it, love
but
it, love it.
that one's on the Instagram too. You could check that one out without
Just
needing
gonna have to
That
go
is
look at that.
awesome.
a VPN.
Definitely.
Yes.
But yeah, those flavors, those I'll actually pull out the recipe that I used on the show, and I'll make that. Like
Yeah.
not I don't make an egg sandwich. I'll just make in regular cake shape. But
Yes.
that would probably be the one.
Yeah.
But
Well,
there
it
were a
sounds
couple of
amazing.
people from New Jersey, so did the Taylor ham get
Yeah.
used again? Or maybe that person wasn't there
Um
anymore.
no, so what's crazy about that is so Alma,
Hmm.
I met her the first time in LA during callbacks, and we're just kind of like going around, everybody's introducing each other, and um and like asking what you do. And she's like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a teacher in Sussex County. And she kind of like looks at me, and she's like, where in Sussex County? I'm like, oh, Wallkill. And she stares at me for a second. She's like, I went there. I'm like, what? And she's like, I went there in like in the 80s. Like she went to this high school, and
Wow.
she works like literally down the road from where the school is.
Oh, wow.
And like it was kind of funny, like when I got cast, one of my first thoughts was like, oh, I guess Alma didn't get it, because I didn't
Right.
think that there was any way that they would cast two people from like literally
Geographically,
like
yeah.
20 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did like a diner like burger
Oh,
for her. So it was both of ours were like diner based, because we have a lot of diners over here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
sounds good to me.
So good. So, so
Yeah.
good. I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
All right. Next one. Signature, technical, or showstopper? What was your favorite challenge?
Um, I would go showstopper.
Yeah.
I like doing like I overthink things, and like sometimes the ideas get like too big.
Mhm.
And it always kind of like goes like a step further.
Oh,
And
this
like
is just like my
despite
Chris.
yeah, despite like having a plan, and like liking the overall process, like you kind of get like blinded by it. Like I
Hmm.
always have like meltdowns in the middle, like when I'm doing it like here, like full blown like panic attacks. Which I held it together like pretty good in the tent. Like I kind of like let it ride. But like
Which is
even here, like
impressive.
yeah, I did for the kids at my high school are doing Shrek the Musical for their spring musical. And when the teacher like told me that what they were doing, I'm like, can I volunteer to make you a cake? Like I'm like, I kind of have an idea. I want to try it. And she's like, yeah, definitely. So like that one I just finished yesterday, and it was like I got home from work and spent 4 hours like making like I made like a 12-inch, like the cakes were made, but I decorated it. I made a like a 12-inch base. And then I used like a dome hemisphere cake to make Shrek's head, and then like plopped
Whoa.
it so like his head is like sticking like in the like in mud, and I put ganache and all that stuff on it.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
like I like doing like those kind of things with it.
Yeah,
So
challenge
even
yourself.
even how
Fun.
stressful it is,
Yeah. Oh,
I kind
amazing.
of like
That
going over the top.
those kids are so lucky. It's
Hmm.
yeah, so cool that you're able to take these great big ideas and then put them in cake form.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
it's
fun.
fun, but like it's like I said, like I like doing it, but I need an excuse to do it. So like these
Yeah.
are like it's for them, and it's also for me. It
Yeah,
gives me like a creative outlet. I can like get these things out, and
For
then
sure.
like now I'll never want to look at cake for like weeks. And then like I'll get another idea and be like, oh, I want, can I make this for you? And be like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, did you get a lot of feedback from your students after the show aired?
There were definitely, yeah, there were kids like high schoolers are high schoolers. So like there were kids that made fun of me. But
They
This is
made
a big
fun of
deal.
you? Yeah.
but
Oh,
there
you're
were
in the
definitely kids that
baking show.
like there are kids that even kids that like I didn't like I knew, but I didn't interact with that much
Hmm.
because like my position, so I teach art classes. I teach a couple art classes, but I'm like technically, I guess my main job is the school library media specialist. So I sit in the media center, but I also do like technology. So when kids are breaking their Chromebooks all day long, like they're like coming in and I'm fixing Chromebooks. So like I interact with a lot of the kids in the
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
But yeah, there were kids that were like coming up to me and be like, oh, "I watched you on your show. I
That's
watched
so
you on the
cool.
show. It was really cool."
That's
The
awesome.
when I dropped the Shrek cake off today, I drove it back to the school because I couldn't fit it in the fridge at school. It was like I had to take two shelves out of my fridge. And I dropped it off for their because they had their party today, and like one of the moms was like, "Oh, I was so excited to see this. I watched you on your show."
That's
Oh,
so cool.
that's
Yeah,
really fun.
That's yeah.
yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
cool.
And it's great that you're giving back so much, right? Being part of that great
Mm,
organization for goodness
for
cake.
goodness cake, yeah.
I love that. That is
Okay.
such a
It's
beautiful thing to be able to be part of.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it's fun and it's good and it's like most of the stuff is really simple and like what's nice too is like you'll see because people will post their cakes on Facebook and some of the people are like professional bakers and they'll like you could tell it's like professional cake. Some are like it's a store bought not store bought but like box mix cake and
Hmm.
like they did the decorations as best they could but like they're doing it and like
Yeah.
it's they're giving it
I
to people
love it.
that like kids that may not have like gotten them otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Out of the goodness of
and
their hearts.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
And
only my only issue with it is the North Jersey chapter has so many people in it, and I'm limited with when I can bake them because I can't deliver them because I'm at work. So like
Hmm.
I'll check and I'll see a cake and I'll be like, okay, I can probably do this day. And then I text my mother-in-law who's retired and I'm like, oh, do you think you could deliver a cake on this day? And by the time I hear back from her, I go and the cake's gone already. Like somebody
oh,
already like
Oh,
took it. And like
oh,
I'll check multiple times a day and it's like nothing, nothing, nothing. And then one will be there for like 20 minutes and then it's gone. So
oh,
it's a good
cool.
problem.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
yeah,
People are excited to
yeah.
contribute and to be part of this this beautiful charity or
Organization.
organization that that allows that. That's so it's lovely. I love that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm like, okay, I want to find something around here
Similar,
that is like
exactly.
that.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm thinking.
There's
I'm like,
another one. I know that the two big ones in the US, it's for goodness cakes, and I think cakes for kids might be the other one. But they didn't have a chapter locally. The for goodness
Hmm.
cakes did.
mm,
And what's nice too is like you don't interact with like you're basically just getting the cake from the organization.
Hmm.
They tell you the child's first name, age, if it's a birthday cake, and then the flavors, and then if they have any special interests. Like that's what you get.
yeah,
You make the cake, you drop it off to the organization, and like that's it. So like you're not like you're as like awful it is to have to think about that, but like you're covered under like their like insurance, like
Right.
the for goodness sakes, like you take
Hmm.
like a little like course, you do that, you don't have to worry about that stuff. You give the cakes and it's yeah, it's
yeah.
nice.
That's
That is
amazing.
such a
I
great
love that.
idea. Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It's brilliant.
Okay, best place for recipes, cookbooks or social media?
I have recently gone back to cookbooks.
Yeah.
Um, like I'll get ideas off of social media, but
Hmm.
I used to just do most of my recipes like online, but I am notorious for finding a recipe, making that recipe, and never being able to find it again. And it got to the point, and I would like spend like a half an hour going, no, this is not the one. This is not the
Yep.
one. I
Oh
know it's
no.
here somewhere. It was
Yeah.
something like this. It was,
Hmm.
and never finding it again.
Yeah.
Um, I started sit like I got an app for my phone that I would like save like specific recipes. Anytime like I found one, it would like clip the page
Yeah.
and it would save it. But yeah, I like going back to cookbooks has been nice. I got for Christmas last year or this year, my wife got me the King Arthur Flour baking book.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice.
And that's like it like once you know a couple recipes come out good, you're like, okay,
Hmm.
I can trust this now. So if
Yeah.
there's something that I want to make, I'm like, let me see what if there's a recipe in here and I'll find it and go for it.
Back to basics, hey? That's good. Yeah, cookbooks can be so lovely, and I look at them and I look at the pictures and I think they're so pretty and I forget to use them as a source for recipes.
Yeah. I find I have like I've got a number of cookbooks and I find that I have my favorite recipes out of a few of them, but then I end up
Hmm.
doing like changing things up, or I'll take this component from this cookbook and that component from that cookbook and put it together kind of thing, or yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
I'll do that,
Good
or
for
I'll do that
ideas.
and I won't write down any changes that I made.
Hmm.
And it'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's really good. Did you write down what you did? Nope, I forgot. And
Oh,
then,
I do that too. And it's the same reason why my social media is just kind of haphazard and all over the place because it's like I'm interested in the doing of it. And then
yeah,
I'm not interested in the extra time it takes to even write something down or to make
yeah.
a video or to make, a
yeah,
post every day or whatever. It's just like, okay, well, here's a
Too
picture of
much.
what I baked, or oops, I forgot to take a picture of what I
yeah,
baked. And then the same with
Yep.
the recipes. It's like, oh, I know I needed to tweak a few things. What in the world did I tweak that I was
yeah.
so sure I would remember and I do not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
I try to be good about that. So when I see a recipe that I'm making or whatever, and if I like how it turned out and
Yeah.
I still have it, it's still fresh in my mind, I'll actually put it into my notes and I'll
Yes.
actually make notes on what I actually did. So
Smart.
if how much I did in each pan, because if it's like, I don't like making 8-inch round cakes. I don't know. It's just something I
She's a
don't
six
like doing, but
incher.
I love 6-inch or
Sounded weird.
5-inch cakes, like just the
Six,
small tall cakes.
yes, a 6 inch three layer
Hmm.
cake,
Yeah,
it proportionally looks better than an 8 inch.
an eight
Yeah.
inch. I
It's
agree.
pleasing.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really good.
It feels better. It's got nice proportions.
Mhm.
Like the
Exactly.
height
Yeah.
to width ratio. Yep.
Although now I love the bar cake trend, like the
Mm.
longer rectangular shaped cakes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Those are
so much
cool.
easier to serve them, right? Because
Yeah.
that's
And
the
that
only thing
last
about
one
a
that you
tall
made
cake.
was very beautiful, Christina.
You. Yeah, no,
The one you made for your friend. Yeah.
they're really, really nice and you can slice them up nicely. And it was brilliant for serving because that's the only
Hmm.
thing I'll say about the tall cakes is that it's trickier
Yeah.
to serve.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you
Because
really
everyone's getting like slices that are like this big, but like that tall.
yeah, exactly. Or you can cut them in half too. So depending on
Yeah.
how big your cake is, but you kind of need like you need
A
extra
plan.
stuff. Well, yeah, and if you're giving it to somebody, right, and they don't know, they're cutting the regular wedges out of them, and you're like,
Yeah.
so you always have to like, here's instructions on how to
Yeah, I
make
have
a
cake
cake.
cards, cake cutting cards that I include with
Oh,
them.
that's smart. That's very
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, I was told the other day that it was very handy because, yeah, a friend at work had ordered a cake off me and she was like, I would have had no idea how to cut it. So I was really glad you included that. And I was like, oh,
Exactly.
Timu managed to have a bunch of cutting cards that I just grabbed. Probably a
Really?
dollar
Yeah.
99 for 50 of them.
Oh, well, there
Hmm.
you go.
I made a cake for my wife's cousin, and like they were serving at a place, and like whoever worked there, like it was the lemon raspberry cake,
Mm.
and it basically it was like a like cake, lemon cake, raspberry cake, lemon cake, and like the person cut down until before the raspberry and was giving people like
Oh,
half of like a slice of cake. So like some people were just getting raspberry, some people were like I'm
Oh,
like that was not the intent. And it wasn't like a
oops.
tall cake either. It was just like normal proportions, but like they didn't know how to yeah, didn't know how to cut it. Have you
yeah.
done like the diamond one where you like cut like it's almost like a star shape?
Oh no, I have not done that
I
part.
have
It, it
not done
I've
that.
done that.
No.
it
Is it
worked
good?
pretty. I did it once. Yeah, it worked pretty
Okay.
well for getting like because you get like mentally it's like easier to portion it out and like
Mhm.
you cut it like almost like a star shape and then you
Yeah.
do like these little diamond wedges and you get
Mm.
like yeah you get equal size pieces so you're not getting like those like weird when you
Yeah.
cut it like and you get like the slippers on the sides and like
Yeah, the
sometimes
Hmm.
little
I
sides.
want everything to be the same size. Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed. Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense.
Oh,
Okay, we'll
smart.
have to look
Maybe
into
try
that one.
that. Yes.
Definitely.
All right. Pastry week or bread week?
Bread week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's that Paris Brest, man. That
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
Brings
little
back some bad
PTSD.
memories.
Well, hopefully we won't cause you too much anguish with the
Yeah.
your
With
redemption
the
bake.
redemption. No, I'm
Yes.
excited. That's going to be great. But for bread week, is it the one that you would choose simply because it's not pastry week, or did you feel really good
I
about that week?
yeah, I like making bread. I like that bread is like it's not a luxury. Like it's
Hmm.
something that like I can make a loaf of bread and then it's not I have like a cake in my fridge that now we feel guilty about like slicing like
Um,
little slivers off all the time. It's like, oh, we need bread, we can have
Yeah.
bread, or we're having dinner, let's have bread with dinner.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, so I
You can have
definitely and
cake with
I
dinner.
probably make it more. And bread week, our bread week was it was pretty decent. So we did soda bread for our signature, which
Hmm.
bread. Like
It's not really bread.
I don't think it counts as bread.
Me neither.
Um,
I'm with you on
I
that.
think well, and I actually said that to Paul. I'm like, oh, it's almost like an American drop biscuit. And he's like, no. I'm like, it kind of is though. Like that's what it feels like. Um, but we had to do a sweet and a savory soda, two different soda breads. So I made one that was like hot cross buns. And then I did one that had like corn and jalapeno and cheddar in it. Um,
Oh, yum.
and that one, after the filming was done, after he did all of the all after he did all of like the tests, I was the last one. He came back and grabbed an extra slice of Kim's and an extra slice of mine. I'm like,
Nice.
okay, so that
Yeah.
one was good. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
We got
good.
to we got to do donuts for that one too.
Oh,
That
fun.
was their technical. Yeah, we
Yeah.
did creme brulee donuts. Donuts
Oh,
are fun.
nice.
Yum. I love that.
And then I know Kim, not Kim, Adela was telling you guys about the bread animals that we had to do. So
Yes.
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds
yeah,
like
that was
fun.
it was a fun week. It was a
I
Yeah.
fun
like
week.
bread. I mean, everybody seems to really dread bread week, but I don't know. I think it would be a really fun week.
Yeah, it's just he
Mm.
he just he knows
Yeah, he knows bread so well.
specifically he knows what's going to be wrong before he even touches it.
Yeah.
So for mine, like I did one of my dogs out of bread, and I did the body as like a chocolate and sour cherry loaf,
Mm.
which that one came out really good. And then I did like the limbs and the head and everything as like a pretzel dough.
Hmm.
Um, and he's right. I did like the head I underbaked. But like because I baked it at the same time as the other ones,
Hmm.
but like there were other parts of the body that were fine.
Right. But he picked
Because
on the
like I
bread on the
tested it
head.
after and like I squished it down and it popped right back up. Like I knew they were fine, but the head was underbaked because it was so big, and he went right for the head because he knew that one was going to be wrong.
Mm.
He
Hmm.
chastised me for it.
Paul, he couldn't have gone for like a hind quarter or something like
Yep,
that that you knew was
yep.
was well baked.
One of the paws. If he ate one of the paws, it would have been
The
fine.
pause,
I would find it
oh,
really hard to cut up a dog and eat it. Yeah.
especially the head. Could you
He
imagine
just went right for
slicing
the
this
head.
off
Like,
and
yeah.
Oh, Paul Hollywood. Tut, tut, tut.
Paul.
Paul. All right. Chocolate, white, milk, dark, or other?
Um, I would go if I'm eating chocolate, plain and straight, dark chocolate, but it has to be like dark enough. I can't do anything above probably like 80 something
Hmm.
percent.
Yeah.
I feel like that there's like a 78% that's like a good
Perfect.
sweet spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, if it's like there's some things that like call itself dark chocolate and it doesn't, it's like it tastes like bittersweet. It tastes like chocolate chips, which is like that's like the worst of both worlds because it's not milk chocolate and it's not dark. It's like this
Yeah.
weird in between.
Yeah.
But salted. There
Hmm.
was the best chocolate I've ever had. There's an Icelandic salted dark chocolate, and it's like a 70 something percent. And it's like salted like perfectly, but
Mm.
it's like super expensive. And like I've got it a couple times when I've seen it at like specialty stores, but and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just gonna order some. And I like look at it, I'm not gonna order some.
Yeah.
I'll just deal with
You
it.
just eat the whole thing if you ordered
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds really good.
It does. Yeah, there's something
Mhm.
about salt, right? It's like that magic ingredient that just brings out the rest of the flavors that you're
Mhm.
trying to showcase. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Unless you
something
use the
so
wrong
simple.
kind.
Unless you
Yes,
use the wrong kind.
unless you use the Morton's kosher salt,
Yeah.
not
Which you
for
can. You
baking.
just don't use it. Don't use
Yeah,
it in baking.
You could
not for
probably
Put it
put
baking.
on
it
top.
on pretzels, could you?
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah, I've
pretzels are
Yeah.
I've put it
probably
on
good.
pretzels. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would
Yeah,
be good. See,
cool.
now I want pretzels and I want all these things. Okay.
On all the things. All
No
right.
more.
Um, so one ingredient that you would not be able to live without, would it be butter, chocolate, or eggs?
Butter, chocolate, or eggs.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have to be what that I couldn't live
Yeah.
without.
You could only choose one of those
All
ingredients.
right, all right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go with eggs because I feel like there's like you can make a cake with oil.
Hmm.
Like you can work around that stuff. But like eggs, like any of those egg alternatives, like don't put
Eggs.
applesauce, don't give me chia seeds. Like I don't
Yeah.
Flax.
Flax
no.
seeds. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like you put when like you put chia seeds like in the cup and they
Hmm.
get wet and they start to like get slime. No. I'll
Gelatinous
just take
mush.
I'll take an egg. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I think
Okay.
eggs is a really good answer for that question.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, butter is probably a close second for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like you can get away with
Yeah.
like
That's true.
Yeah.
butter
There's a lot that you
alternatives.
can bake without butter.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd
Yeah.
be sad bakes, but they'd be good still.
They would not always be sad bakes. My carrot cake has no butter in it,
No,
and
same.
it's
Yeah.
delicious.
And
Absolutely
chocolate
delicious.
cake, you can, my
Do I
chocolate cake
have butter
recipe
in
doesn't
my?
have
No,
butter.
mine. I cream butter to start my chocolate cake. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
mine.
don't have to. You can make a different chocolate
Yeah.
cake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's so
Oh,
many options. How wonderful.
there are. There are.
All
But
right.
you're right on the eggs.
Yeah, I agree. All right, apron or no apron?
I always feel better when I have the apron on, but I have like a nice apron too. I never put it on
Yeah.
and then I'm like done and I'm like covered in like flour and like even yesterday I went to tuck my daughter in last night and I had like food coloring and powdered sugar on my shirt. She's like, Dad, you have stuff on your shirt. I'm like, it's yeah. I
Saving
can
it
fit
for
This
it
is
in.
later.
life.
I'm
Baker
saving it
life.
for later.
Yeah.
Ugh, no.
I'm with you too. I'm with you too. I have full intention of putting on an apron when I start baking. And then sometimes you just start, right? You're just getting some
Yep.
stuff out and you're like, oh, I'll just quickly put this together. And then you
Mhm.
end up doing the whole thing. And then you're
Yeah.
just very rarely wearing an apron.
And not taking
For
pictures
me.
of them and not
And
putting
not
them on
taking
Instagram
pictures.
and not writing down what
Yeah.
you changed. Right?
All of the things.
All of the things, because
All of
we
the things.
actually love the baking and we just want to get
Exactly.
right to it and do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Brings us to our last one. Now, normally we ask about butter tarts, but I'm not sure, you being American, if you are
I've never had one, but I want to have. I actually Adela's husband is
Canadian.
Canadian and I
Yeah.
messaged her at one point and I'm like, do you have a good like authentic butter tart recipe? Because that's the other thing. Like if I look for a recipe, I don't want some American blog telling me that this is an authentic. It's like when I look for like Irish recipes around St. Patrick's Day. It's like,
Hmm.
oh, here's an authentic Irish. I'm like, no, that's not. You poured Guinness in something and you said it's an authentic
Or
Irish
Bailey's.
recipe.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
yeah, Bailey's or Guinness and
Yeah,
that's
a
it.
little Irish
Like that's not how
whiskey.
this works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tastes good, but
Um, but yeah, so I want to make one because I feel like I would like one.
Okay.
yes,
Um,
Well, I
yeah.
can send you a recipe. Yeah,
okay,
my
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah, I can definitely send you one if you're interested.
yes,
So knowing that you want to taste a butter tart recipe, would you want
yes.
raisins in it or no raisins?
No raisins in almost anything. I no, I can't. It's
Woo,
like
Chris.
it's so disappointing to like pick up a cookie that you think is like chocolate chip and then it's raisins instead, or like get like a slice of like a cinnamon roll or something else, and like it's just and there's raisins in it. Like no,
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
I'm
they
with
get
you.
stuck
sorry.
in your teeth.
Yep, they do.
They
Yep.
Yep,
Hmm.
yeah,
I'm with
Yep.
you.
raisins.
Yeah.
She likes
Unless
to put currants in hers, though. What do you think about
Mhm.
that idea?
Also, oh yeah, also no.
Agreed. Okay.
There
You
you
win
go.
some, you lose some,
One for
Christina.
each of us. Hey, it's all good. It's all good to each their own. And that's the
Yeah.
brilliant thing about baking is you could make things and adapt them to what
Hmm.
your personal preferences are. And that's a nice,
Yes.
and there's so many different things to bake all
Just
the
make
time.
sure you write
The
down what you're adapting.
Yes.
We'll just keep
the
reminding
only
each other.
the only thing of that would fit sort of with that that I've been okay with is there was a pie, there was a savory pie that we made, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was chicken thighs, thyme, bacon, and prunes.
Mm.
And I thought that that was going to, again, like this is going to be disgusting, but I'm going to make it the way that it says to make it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thought that I would have the same aversion to it because of my raisin aversion. But prunes are surprisingly different.
Yeah. Different
I-
texture.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're not as yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
enjoyed it
can I
then?
can do prunes.
Okay. I don't know if we want to put prunes in butter tarts, but send us
No,
the
but
basic
dry,
recipe and then you can play with it, Chris.
yes. Yeah. But dried
Okay.
cherries might be good. Dried cherries.
I feel like I could do that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The cherries are one of the few like fruits that I can
Fruits
put in
that you like.
something. I think be okay with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that cherry. I love cherry lemon
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah.
really nice. One of my favorites.
I'm
So,
just not big on cherries. It's kind of funny.
oh, I
I don't
love
hate them.
cherries.
I will eat them happily. The only fruits that I won't eat is melons. But
Yeah.
other than that,
Melons are not good.
I agree. Yeah.
No. And baking with
You
melon.
can't bake with melons.
Not
I mean,
really.
you could try, but don't bother. Yeah.
Too much well, watermelon's just too much water.
Oh, just I can't even
So,
stand thinking about it. Ugh.
so I don't know what you could do with that. I mean, you could probably do a gelée with watermelon. But again, like the flavor. I don't know that you would
I
get
don't know if
enough.
you'd like, yeah, it wouldn't really
Yeah.
taste.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I
Ugh.
don't know if anybody out there knows if you can
Mm-mm.
do anything with watermelon, like natural
Compressed
watermelon.
watermelon.
I'm sure they have, yeah, I'm sure
Ugh.
they have like a watermelon extract for whatever reason.
Well, and I don't mind the taste of like fake watermelon,
Yeah,
like watermelon
like
gum
candy
and stuff
watermelon.
like that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. But that doesn't taste like watermelon. So
No, no, and it's so sweet.
it's a taste all its own, and it's like, oh yeah, I can handle this, but
Hmm.
don't give me real watermelon. Melon. I was making my beaker face. Is really ugh. Don't like that. All right. Well, we are we're coming to the end of our show. And before we go, do you have a baking scrap that you could share with our listeners? Some kind of tip or trick to help them with their baking.
All right, so I have two, I guess. One, the one that I give like that I learned myself through this show process and getting on the show was I was always the type of person to like bake something and get to the point like now it's like the taking a photo of a point, but I'd get to the point where like I'd be done, but it would look rough.
Right.
And I would run out of steam and I'd be like, no, it's gonna taste good. It's fine, it's fine. But then when I started to like kind of get ready for the show, it was, but you don't make any like my wife said, she's like, you don't like make anything look pretty. Like you have to so the one thing that I started doing is splitting it up. And like obviously I can't do that on the show, but like at
Mm.
home, it's do the baking portion one day and then next day assemble and like make it look nice because you can like spend all that time like devoted to that. Like
Mhm.
this stupid Shrek cake that I made yesterday, it was like 4.5 hours after school, but it was just the decoration.
Yeah.
If I had baked the cakes to that
Hmm.
same day, like I would have just I like either given up or it wouldn't
Yeah.
have been what was in my head. I just run out of steam.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah. That makes total sense.
split up that stuff
Hmm.
between the
Very good
two.
Yeah.
point. Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Um the other one is very niche, but if you own a sous vide,
Hmm.
um, getting things to room temperature, if you're like me and always forget to take stuff out in time, you set the sous vide to like 65 degrees, 70 degrees, which whatever I don't know that in Celsius. But room temperature, whatever you would consider room temperature, you set it and then I'll put the eggs right in the water. I'll put the butter in a bag and drop it in. And I've
Wow.
even taken the measuring cup that has like milk or
Yeah.
buttermilk and I'll hang it on the edge so that just the thing is in there. And then I set the water circulation and then I get all the other stuff prepped. And by the time I'm like done with that, I mean, instead of waiting like 2 hours for your stuff to get to room temperature, like 20 minutes, like
That's
half hour, like it's quick.
That's
That is a
really
Yeah,
good
smart.
hack.
And
Yes.
and it's another use of your sous vide
I
because
Yeah.
know.
if it if most people, I mean, a lot of people have sous vides that were they were popular a number of years ago. I think they're still kind of popular, and a lot of cooks use them. But I
Yep.
mean, I can. Well, I stole my son's. I got him a sous vide for his
She
birthday
did.
one year or Christmas one year. I can't remember what it was. And then I borrowed it because I wanted to try
Yeah.
tempering chocolate with a sous vide. And
Yes. Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I've done that. I tried that a couple of times. It's not my favorite way to do tempered chocolate, but it can work. But
Yeah.
anyway, but I still have his sous vide. I'm not giving it back, which is pretty bad. I should probably do that. But
Just
this is
ask
a
him if
great
he actually
idea.
would is missing it.
If he's missing it, I'm
He-
sure he would let me know, right?
Yeah, sure he would.
Yeah. You
Because
wait for the if it's like, do you still have my oh yeah, yeah, I think I have it here somewhere.
There are
exactly,
a lot of
exactly.
kids in their 20s who are like, "Oh, I need my sous
Who would have
vide.
a
Where
sous
is
vide?
it?"
Well, Josh is actually he's a really good cook.
Yeah,
So
that's true. You've said that.
so
Yeah.
he's actually a really good cook. And so he actually did use his sous vide a fair bit. That's why he asked for
Oh,
one
okay.
for Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, he
But I
asked
guess
for
he
it. He didn't
hasn't
just give it.
done,
Never mind, different story
yeah.
then.
Yeah, exactly. Different story. He actually wanted a sous vide for Christmas. That's why he got one. But anyway, and then I took it from him. Oops.
He's
Yeah.
probably like, "Where is it? I'll find it one of these days, and then I'll be
Maybe he
able
He's
to."
forgot.
he's he's embarrassed to ask you for it because he thinks he lost his present.
Yeah,
Maybe.
right? And there's no
Maybe.
way he's watching our
He's
shows.
no, he doesn't watch the show, so it's all good. We're safe, right? I'm safe.
You can decide what you're going to do here, Christina.
Well, he's
We're not
coming
going to be
over.
your conscience.
Yeah, he's coming over on Sunday, so I will I'll see if he wants to take it back.
Make something sous vide and see if he notices.
Oh, actually that would be a good idea because I think we're going to do a tomahawk steak, which take a
Mm.
long while to actually cook up. So the sous vide might actually be a really good way of doing it. Thanks,
I
guys.
I I use sous vide multiple times a week. Like it's
Really?
just
Okay.
I have like one of the older ones, but like it just especially like with like two dogs, a kid, like we're coming home from work, it's like getting stuff ready. Like anything like chicken breast, it's just It's so easy. You could set the temperature for like lower because you're technically pasteurizing it. So like I'll do like
Mm.
chicken breast. Well, again, I can't convert it, so I'm not gonna say the temperatures, but
She can
I'll
convert it, I
do,
think.
yeah, like
Just Google it.
lower than normal, and it,
Hmm.
it comes out so good. Pork tenderloin.
Yeah.
I will
Mm,
never cook pork tenderloin another way ever again.
Mm.
Yeah.
okay. Well, maybe you're
Oh,
making
well,
the
there you
case
go.
for a sous vide for me. Never tried it. Never
And they're so small,
even
like
seen one.
it's not like one of those, like it's not like a rice cooker that you have to like find a home for it. Like I can
Yeah.
cook rice in a pot, like that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like this is just, it's like a little tube. You
You know,
just like stick it in a
yeah.
drawer, it's fine.
Yeah, like
Really?
the size of like an immersion blender or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no
At
idea.
least mine is.
Yeah.
Mine's like about,
And then you just like stick it either in a pot or like a little, I just use like a regular pot, pop it
yeah,
in, hot water.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. But I love the idea of putting all your ingredients in
Yeah.
there. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Super quick.
What a great baking scrap.
Very, very good.
Yes.
It's
Well, thank you for being here with us today, Chris. It has been a pleasure.
so
Thank you. This
fun.
was a lot of fun.
I've
So
very
fun
much
catching up
enjoyed
with you.
talking to another bearded wonder.
And another Chris.
Another Chris. Yes, well, I have a soft spot for Chris's, but
Mhm.
not all of
You have
them. You're right, there are a lot of Chris's around.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have a collection of Chris's.
Yes. I don't have a collection. I have one, and that's enough. Actually, the person I dated right before this, Chris, was also named Chris. Christopher John was his, like, their first and middle name were both the same, so I almost did not date this Chris because it was like, no, I don't need another Chris. I had a bad experience with the last one. Anyway, good thing I did because, 15 years later,
There you go.
all is well. All right, well, have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right,
And
thank
don't
you. Well,
forget
yeah,
challenge.
it's like almost bedtime here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes. Well,
there you
thanks
go.
for
Well,
taking the
thank
time.
you. Yeah, we
Hmm.
really
Yeah. No,
appreciate you. Yeah, really appreciate the conversation. So great to connect up with you. And yeah, we'll be following along to see all the great bakes that you do if you do get a chance to post them on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah,
And we
yeah,
need
I
that
doing
just,
that.
recipe for the
And
cake. The
yeah,
yes,
I will send you the recipe for the cake.
marvelous.
I did just post the Shrek cake
Oh,
Yes.
awesome.
today.
Okay,
Can't wait
So
to see it.
that one's on there. Yeah.
looking forward to
Good.
seeing that.
And
And
Christina
then
will send you butter tarts recipe
yes, and
Yes.
then the challenge for
for
your
your
redemption
redemption
bake.
bake for your Paris
I'm
breast.
ready.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ish. I'm ready.
Ish.
awesome,
You know
excellent.
what? Don't even think about it. Just start.
Just
Yeah.
do,
Maybe
just do.
tomorrow, since it's
Yeah,
getting toward bedtime.
exactly.
Thanks again, Chris. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I really enjoyed it.
So fun. So
Yeah.
fun. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I so felt for him when he was sharing the story of the Perry breast that just
Yes.
it's so wrong. But I'm so
Yeah.
happy he's agreeing. Did you think we pushed him into that? Do you think
No, he seemed
he
very
feels
ready to
pressure
do it.
that
No,
he's gonna bake this for us?
I think he was excited at the idea.
Okay, good.
He needed that little bit of
Good.
pressure, because that imposter syndrome can kick in at any
Mm.
time. And I think he needed to be reminded that he's good.
He's a great
Excuse me.
baker.
He knows
Like
what
he
he's doing.
said, like you said, he knew what they were. It's just the pressure of the tent
That
it gets to the best of people.
Yeah, I can only imagine what that felt like for him to go from, walking past his wife watching the Great British Bake Off, day after day, and then becoming more and more interested in it, to actually baking in that tent for
Right?
Paul and Prue. That
Right.
just, to me, is like that. I don't know how I would recover. I don't know how I'd go on with life and just be like, everything's just totally normal now,
Yeah.
right?
Well, and I would imagine, what is life after being on a baking show with such royalty, right?
Yeah.
And then coming back home and baking for,
Yeah.
your family or whatever. It just,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
And we kind of ran out of time to ask him what it was like when he came back,
yes, we did.
But what a great talk. I really enjoyed chatting with him.
He was awesome, so
He was
lovely.
awesome.
And
Yes.
what a creative guy too, though, right?
Mhm.
Like he's an art teacher. He's got all these great little hobbies. He's a bowling coach. He's like a media tech guy. And even in his school, he has multiple, he wears so many hats, right? Art
Sounds like he does
teacher,
have a lot of
media,
hats.
library, computer tech, like all of the things, which is
All
really
the
cool
things.
because it gives them access, like all the students probably know him
Well,
because who hasn't had a computer glitch and
that
has
is
needed
probably
somebody
true.
to troubleshoot for them?
Well, as his wife says, his hobby is collecting hobbies.
Yes.
And so he knows an awful lot about an awful lot of things. I'm really glad that he has stuck with baking as long as he has, so that we can experience it and be able to talk about baking with him. And yeah, this is what happens with people who are just interested, generally speaking, in learning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lifelong learners, right?
Yeah.
And baking's a perfect hobby for that because there is always such an endless supply of things that you can bake and things that you
Yes.
can learn and new techniques and new
Yes.
designs that people come up with. And
Yes.
so, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
never
And what a
ending.
great talk. Loved it. It was great.
Oh, such a sweetheart. And I feel like, we've spoken with Kim and Adela so far in the season. I think we're going to try to get Daniel on soon as
Mhm.
well, who is one of the finalists with Adela and Kim for that season
Yes.
that Chris was in. But everybody's so lovely, like
Yeah.
just sweethearts, so easy to chat with,
Yes.
beautiful people that we
Yes.
get the joy of speaking with.
We love our Great American Baking Show compatriots. And I love that his signature bake, or the bake that he was talking about, had maple in it. I really
Right?
liked it. I
So
felt like it was a
Canadiana.
nod to us, even though he didn't mean it to be. It was. It was
No,
a Canadian hello.
exactly. Exactly. That's so nice.
Yes. Thanks very much for that, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. Intentionally or unintentionally. We'll take it.
That's right. That's how we're going to take it. Yes. Well, no,
Exactly.
he was thinking about, he's thinking about converting temperatures so that we could understand what he
Yep.
was talking about and everything. That was really kind.
It was.
Good
Like I
people.
said, all
Bakers
bakers are kind people.
Yes, except the ones on those heavy competition shows.
Yeah, but there aren't that many really at the end of the day. Like I find most baking shows, like you look at the holiday baking championships,
Yeah,
right?
not
Or
all
the
of the people
baking,
on those shows.
yeah,
Sorry.
baking championships, that series, the Wall of
Yes,
Bakers, I found they were all like most people are pretty nice. But I think the fact that you win and a cake plate. I don't know if the US wins anything else because we
I
know
think so.
Australia wins
Mhm.
like a
Yeah,
kitchen,
the
a Smeg
kitchen.
kitchen,
Oh,
and all that kind of stuff. But realistically, like Great Canadian Baking Show, we know they win a cake plate.
hmm
So
They have to really love baking to do
exactly,
it.
exactly. There's no money in it. Where a lot of these other competition shows, there's
Mhm.
actually a fairly large prize, especially if
Yeah,
you're Canadian
fair. Yeah,
competing, because it's like American
getting
dollars.
American
So
money.
that's
Yeah.
like 10 times more Canadian dollars. But
Don't use Christina's exchange rate, please.
exactly. It's a lot more Canadian
It
dollars.
is.
But anyway,
Yeah.
there's
And we don't
there's
pay taxes on it. So,
that's true. So you keep all of it
mhm.
versus I wonder if you do actually, because I wonder if
No.
it's if okay, you've asked,
If it gets taxed, then it gets given back to you when you come into Canada.
but is it considered a prize or is it considered like because you're like working for it? So I always
No.
actually, we should ask somebody.
I
So,
guess
but
for
if it's
baking shows,
considered,
you would have to know for sure. But I know for
yeah.
Survivor, there's been a couple of Canadian winners
Oh,
when they
and they went
finally
up to,
started allowing, we're back to Survivor again, when they finally started allowing Canadians to compete on
yeah,
Survivor.
and they would keep the whole
Oh
amount.
yeah, they get the whole
That's
thing. They
substantial
actually
because
get $1 million. Yeah.
that's crazy.
$1 million American
A
dollars.
million American dollars. So like a gazillion Canadian dollars.
Again with the exchange rate. All right, I'm off. I'm gonna go and
It's my baker's math.
have some Survivor time. And it's your what? Your baker's math?
Baker's math.
Yes. Girl math and baker's math. And
There
we've
you
got
go.
both. All right.
There you
Well, we
go.
hope everybody has an awesome rest of their week. And we look forward to talking with you again soon. And until then,
Happy baking, everyone.
happy baking.
That did not go well. Please bring your purry breasts up to the front and place them behind your photo.
Dear Lord, you're
Look at mine. One of these things is not like the other. Oh my goodness.
Let's start with this one. It looks like a pond.
Okay, disaster.
That's one of the worst ones I think I've ever seen.
Poor.
Tell us how you really feel.
Go on.
The cracklin's awful, the shoe's terrible, the musseline's terrible. There is no lid because it's
Can
all
we
in
move
one.
on?
But besides that, it's brilliant.
In fifth place, we have this one. Chris, I don't know what happened. What did happen?
Yeah, a lot went wrong.
Absolutely everything went wrong.
Everything went wrong.
I have never heard you give any baker the roasting that you gave Chris.
Was it just because of what he baked or the tank top as well?
His technical was
Oh,
perhaps one of the worst you've ever seen in the tent.
I mean, it was pants.